I wonder if Mike Johnson or anyone else in the US Congress is going to come out and say we need to punish the United Nations court for ordering Israel to cease their military operations in Rafah.
The United Nations highest court has ordered Israel to immediately end its military operations in Rafah in southern Gaza, but it stopped short of demanding a full ceasefire. The court itself has no enforcement powers, but the UN measure is the latest of legal and diplomatic challenges for Israel. The increasingly isolated government has been facing pressure on all sides to end the war and bring the hostages home. But so far, they show no signs of complying with the World Court's order.
I mean, if you're a part of the UN, you should be required to abide by, their courts and rulings and stuff like that. You should be able to be a part of the UN and just ignore anything going on there.
Yes, Tayyab has more.
Israel's response was ferocious, making it clear it won't stop its military operation in Rafah. The court, which is also investigating Israel for, quote, plausible genocide, also said 800,000 Palestinians have been displaced since Israeli forces launched an offensive there 2 weeks ago, triggering a humanitarian situation the ICJ called disastrous. Many have fled here to Al-Mawasi, which also hasn't been spared, as conditions there go from bad.
Yeah, there's nowhere Palestinians can go to seek safety from being bombed by the Israeli government because the Israeli government doesn't care if these people are innocent or not. They consider everybody to be guilty.
Bad to worse. We're afraid to let our kids go out, said Abu Muhammad. The court also called on the Israeli government to reopen the Rafah border crossing, which its military took over earlier this month. On the Egyptian side of the border, tons of food for Gaza is rotting. As U.S. officials admit, the $320 million U.S. military-constructed floating pier is not operating as planned. And just this morning, operations there had to be suspended because of rough seas. According to CENTCOM, so far, just 70 trucks of aid have been delivered since it became operational 1 week ago, far short of the 150 truckloads a day the Biden administration had promised.
And although the Biden administration is opposed to a major offensive in Rafah, it continues to insist the Israeli military has, so far, not crossed any red lines. Still, earlier this month, the White House paused a shipment of 3,500 bombs to Israel, including massive 2,000-pound explosives that it said were leading to too many civilian deaths.